A blistering performance from Paul Nicholson. A 3-0 victory, a 140 checkout, and the bad boy of darts means business here at the World Championship. He survives the first round. He'll be back for more after Christmas. The confirmation, comfortable in the end despite that 6-1 checkout from Steve Farmer. A 3-0 victory for the Aussie Geordie. Still to come, Gary Mawson, former UK Open finalist against Juanito Gionson, qualifier from the Philippines. That's a prelim game. Steve Beaton, former world champion, against Mark Hill, making his debut at the Worlds. Another world champion, Mark Webster, against Steve Maish. And then the governor, 15-time world champion, Phil Taylor, against the winner of the Mawson-Gionson game. Congratulations. I've just got my programme here. Just ink your name in here. First man through. There you go. Just sign it on there.
Go on.
There you go. What does it feel like being the first man through at this World Championship?
A lot of relief, to be honest with you. There's been a lot of hard work in the last couple of weeks. A lot of people have said to me in the last couple of weeks, you know, you're in the same quarterfinal as Mr. Taylor.
Yeah.
But I haven't thought about anybody else but Steve Farmer. Steve beat me in a tournament in Holland back in October, which was pivotal to this season. And I thought, it's time for revenge. And as much as I do like Steve, I thought, I want to win this game so much more than you do. I've had a horrible year. I really have worked hard, but the results haven't gone my way. But tonight, the hard work has really paid off.
Now, it's all about getting through, surviving till after Christmas, but the manner of victory, the big checkouts, the high average, 97, 9 out of 11 on the doubles, you've got to be so delighted with that.
I am delighted because the area of my game that I really have worked on the last couple of weeks is my doubles. I've had a couple of TV performances this year where my doubles have been shocking. So I'm the kind of guy who looks at my performances and I want to improve on what I do wrong. And tonight, I think everything came together. He gave me a couple of chances. The 1-4-1, I don't think I expected to win that leg. But when he gave me the 1-4-1, I thought, yeah, take it out. Break his heart a little bit. I thought, if I can get this, it might just give me the impetus to actually go forward and win the game.
You talk about this terrible year. It was a terrible year for you, which started here, wasn't it? When you got caught up in the snow, you arrived 50 minutes before your game, your head was all over the place, and you got beaten by Terry Jenkins.
Yeah, I wasn't very happy with last year because, you know, going into last year's tournament, my form could probably not have been better.
Because before that, you beat Phil Taylor.
Yeah, I had a fantastic November. I played in the German Championship, and you know, I took out Terry Jenkins in probably the best game I've ever played in professional darts. I mean, I averaged near 110, and I felt like coming into this tournament, I really was a threat. And you know, the snow really did get in my way. And you know, 50 minutes preparation going into something like this is not enough. And it's just something that I have learned from this year. So we'll take it forward.
Have you got a different shirt for each round of the competition? The pink look, or are you going to keep with that?
Oh, I don't know if Peter Manley would forgive me for wearing this every single game. But to be honest with you, I do have a different shirt for every single game. I'll see what kind of mood I'm in for the 27th of this month. So we'll see what I'm wearing then. I'm going to keep you guessing.
Congratulations, well done, Paul
Thanks,
Nicholson.
Dave.
Really good. We'll see you after Christmas on the 27th.
Cheers.
As you mentioned, okay, let's head outside. Second match, chance to play Phil Taylor for the winner of this one. Our MC, John McDonald.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the action. It's coming to you live from the Alexandra Palace. This is the Ladbrokes.com World Darts Championship, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. It's time now to meet our players, and this is a preliminary match. Introducing to you, would you please welcome from the beautiful Philippines, Juanito Gionson, and from the USA, it's Gary Mawson.
a battle to decide who will face Phil Taylor in the final match of the evening. A prelim round match this, best of 7 legs, no tie break, so hold your nerve. You must do that to face the 15-time world champion. Your commentary team, Rod Harrington and Stuart Pike.
Thank you, Dave. A big night for the man from Philippines, but this man, Gary Mawson, is a big favourite to go on and book that first round clash with Phil Taylor. It really is a shootout. First of 4 legs, Gary Mawson, his first World Championship back in 1996. Well known on the PDC circuit, of course. The Mauler reached a final, hasn't he? In a major in Bolton. More of that to come. Now then, his opponent, Juanito, the Philippines #1. They call him the boy, 48 years of age. But he came through a tough qualifying school to book his place here at the Ali Pali. The 3rd Filipino to play at the World Championship. And I was watching him in the practice room earlier, and he was enjoying every moment of it. And I guess this is a flavour of the Ladbrokes.com World Championship, Rob.
Yeah, it certainly is, Stuart. I mean, it is a big task for the Filipino. I mean, Gary Mawson's been around 20-odd years. He's played all the top players, and over them years, he's certainly taken the scalps of all of us at one time or another. And but it's a big test for Gary Mawson, because he knows that this is such a short game. The first leg, he loses that, and it could be a bit of a problem.
I think Gary Mawson there threw one of the practice darts at the bull, and the bull ring may have actually come out of the board, but it looks okay now. The referee, Paul Hinks, has put the ring back in, and we're nearly ready to go. It's a sprint.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg, it's
100 metres, the first of 4.
Game on.
Best of 7 legs to take on a certain Mr. Taylor a little later on. As we say, odds-on favourite Gary Mawson, and the bookies don't often get it wrong.
99.
No, and the one thing Mawson will be doing is not even worrying about Taylor, not thinking about him one bit. He'll just be concentrating in beating this guy. And that's because he's got the experience. You know, you see so many players think, oh, I've got so-and-so the next round or the next round. They forget about the game they're actually playing. And you can't do that. So Mawson will be going up there just concentrating on beating this guy. And he's got a bit of a weird throw, I have to say, Stu, but it's effective at the moment with these first couple of darts.
I was going to say, weird is an interesting way of putting it, Rob. It's unique, that's for sure. He's almost jumping to the board, isn't he, as he's throwing the dart. Very smooth release for Gary Mawson.
Well, what he's also doing, Stuart, is when he's bringing the dart back to his head, he's not bringing it under his eye, where most people, you'll see this dart come above the eye, nearly on his forehead, look, which is very unusual, because he's going to lose his sight at certain times on the target. You can see that, and he's just what we call snatching it, which is bringing the hand over the top of the dart, and a little bit of flick, see there?
60.
He's just on release. You know, if he doesn't get that perfect release, he's not going through big time. You know, it's stopping short, and that's what causes a snatch.
Just have a look at Juanito's points on his darts. I think they're possibly the longest points that I've ever seen on a set of darts. Just have a look at these.
Yeah, they are very long. It's all to do with he's holding his fingers on the point. So if he's having the hand right the way at the front of the dart, he's thumb and forefinger at the back,
60.
and he's just propping the dart up on the point. So a longer point just makes him feel more comfortable.
Only 45, and no matter the experience of Gary Mawson, he will still feel the nerves, because great expectations. And have a look at that. I can't ever remember seeing points as long as those, Rob.
Well, also sometimes with a long point, if you see it there, he's holding it on until he brings it back to the forehead, so he's propping it up with the finger. But also, if you've got a bit of a bulbous dart which he's using, the longer the point will bring the barrel back off the board and actually leave more room in a treble 20. Peter Manley did exactly that, and he said, I couldn't believe I didn't do it 20 years earlier. It does bring the dart back off the board and gives more area in the treble 20.
Jojo Claudio, former president of the Philippines Darts Association, who has travelled over with Juanito. He keeps snatching, but he keeps finding the treble.
Well, that's good thinking, Stu. He's going for that guarantees him a dart at double top instead of at the bullseye. That's if Mawson does not take this out. Well, double 12 now, and he'd be very relieved to take this out. Oh, that's a good clean kill. You know, that will really settle Gary Mawson down. Takes out 72. You can see the little grin on his face, thinking that's exactly what I needed to do.
He knows how important Juanito was 56. Some interesting facial expressions too.
100.
I mean, the point of the dart is almost as big as the stem there.
Yeah, it certainly is. And like I say, you know, once you get comfortable in a dart, you know, you stay with it. There's big Darren Young, the big American. He could do some damage this week, that's for sure. I don't think I'd want to feed or fight Darren Young, Stuart, would you?
I'll pass on that, I think, Rod. Darren Young plays Wes Newton, by the way.
Tough game.
Yeah. Look at this! The Philippines #1, dominating this second leg. As we say, the third Filipino to take part in the World Championship,
60.
following on from Lawrence Alargan and Christian Perez. And Juanito here beat both Alargan and Perez in the qualifiers to win his spot here at the Ali Pali.
Well, certainly Juanito must sight the dart with the left eye, because as he brings it back, he's covering the right eye up completely. But Mawson, now that's a perfect dart for Gary Mawson. You expect it. Got to fill this up.
140.
First leg, Mawson. Here he is. Juanito. Gionson.
Sometimes a little flick there reminds me of Jockey Wilson. Obviously not as effective as Jockey used to be, but you know, every time Jockey released the dart, it'd have that little, what we call snatch. Oh, Brucey and Alan Sugar in here, blimey. Two apprentices on this dartboard, Stuart.
Well, let's hope you and me aren't fired, Rodders.
140. 180 require 101.
Now, good darts though from Mawson, puts the pressure on, but a chance here for Juanito to level it up at one leg apiece. Well, he needed the treble, didn't he, to leave the double 12, so a chance for Mawson.
Well, what he's got to think about is that Mawson, although he took out 72, he may only get a dart at the bullseye on this throw. So he's going to come back, hopefully, with 3 darts at a double. So he's just wishing that Gary doesn't take this out. Oh, is it double 12? Oh, that's... He did exactly the same double 12 in the first leg for 72. He's just taken 81 out. Now, Mawson, Stuart, is going to be feeling really good now, because he knows he's 100% on doubles, coming to the board for 3-0. Really, the class of Mawson and the experience more than anything should not give this game up from here.
Well, it's a terrific opening night crowd here at the Ali Pali, despite the bad weather and the awful traffic problems around North London.